Call the regular meeting of the Gurnee Village Board to order, January 27th, 2025. Roll call, please.
Woodside.
Here.
Ross.
Here.
Garner.
Here.
O'Brien.
Present.
Balmas.
Present.
Thorstensen.
Here.
I'll stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming tonight. We'll do a short business meeting, and afterwards there'll be about a 5-minute recess, and then the State of the Village will occur after that. So, in saying that, is there approval of the consent agenda?
Second.
Motion by Trustee Balmas, second by Trustee O'Brien. Roll call, please.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Balmas.
Aye.
Thorstensen.
Yes.
6-0.
Motion carries. Pat?
Item number 1, approval of the minutes from the January 6, 2025 meeting. Item number 2, request from Public Works Department to transfer previously awarded larger parkway tree trimming to Arbor Care Solutions, Inc. as disclosed to MDS Tree Service, no price adjustment. Item number 3, payroll for period ending January 10, 2025 in the amount of $998,978.81. Item number 4, approval of bills for period ending January 27, 2025 in the amount of $2,432,011.17.
Is there a motion to approve?
Second.
Motion by Trustee Garner, second by Trustee Ross. Roll call, please.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Balmas.
Aye.
Thorstensen.
Yes.
6-0.
Motion carries. No petitions and communications, no reports, no old business. New business tonight, we have one item, approval of ordinance 2025,
02.
removing one Class 1 liquor license and adding one Class 7 liquor license by amending Section 6-56 of Article 2 of Chapter 6 of the Gurnee Municipal Code entitled Alcoholic Beverages, removal TGI Fridays, 6577 Grand Avenue, addition of Buena Beef, 7360 Grand Avenue. Pat?
Sure. So as you know, we try to keep the municipal code, one of our licenses issued in the community, parallel in sync. So TGI Fridays closing early December, that Class 1. So at this time, it's appropriate to remove that Class 1 liquor license. At the same time, Bona is nearing completion, expected to be open around April-May timeframe. They've applied for a Class 7 liquor license, which is the sale of both beer and wine for consumption only on the premises where sold. Ran through the police department background process, took a look at that application, found to preclude issuing the license, so it is before you tonight for consideration. So just for the sake of making it a little easier and one less amendment to the municipal code, we included both the reduction of the Class 1 and the addition of Class 7 in one ordinance.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second by Trustee O'Brien, second by Trustee Thorstensen. Any discussion or comments? Roll call, please.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Balmas.
Aye.
Thorstensen.
Yes.
6-0.
Motion carries. Last item on the agenda is public comment. If anybody that would like to make a public comment, you can step up to the microphone and state your name.
Good evening. Keith Owens, 6464 Doral Drive. I missed my podium here, but that's okay. All right. Several meetings ago, I put some ideas in front of the board for hopefully their consideration and discussion. Having not heard anything back and not expecting anything right away, I just want to go over those again so that hopefully they will get due consideration and I can get some feedback on it at least. The first is to restore public comment time at the beginning of trustee meetings, limiting this period to old and new business matters to be discussed or voted on at that meeting. Now, the village ordinance basically says the rules of parliamentary practice comprised in the Roberts Rules of Orders, revised 1991. I think you might want to update the village ordinance to reflect a more recent edition of the Roberts Rules of Orders, shall govern the board in all cases to which they are applicable and in which they are not inconsistent with the special rules of the board and the statutes or laws of the state. So I can't find anything in Robert's Rules of Orders or the statutes of the states that prohibit the public comment at the beginning. And my reason for stating this is several times in the past, things have come before the board, whether it's an ordinance change or a zoning change or a licensing request, and the only time for the public to comment would have been the short notice between the agenda going out on Wednesday and the meeting being held on Monday. So in conjunction with my next point, I think would provide a better chance for the community, even though I know you send things out, post things on the website and send messages out, and from time to time, Tom allows people to comment before issues, but to codify this so that people understand that if there's something on the agenda that they haven't seen before, they at least have a chance to give you their point of view before you have to vote on it. Now, this session can be limited to 30 minutes. It can be, no more than 3 minutes a speaker and things like that. I'm sure Tom would appreciate that from my standpoint, for me. But the second item is require any new business agenda items requiring a vote to have a first reading from the trustees. Now, I understand that talking to some people on staff that certain things that relate to zoning, we can't be construed as trying to slow down the process. But for PUDs and other things, that's a long process anyway. The village and the staff have a lot of time to look at it, but the public does not. The paintball blitz thing, I think actually came to the members of the PZB on a Thursday or Friday before their meeting, so they didn't even get a whole lot of time to look at that. So I ask you to consider that. The third thing I would ask you to consider is publish at least 1 week in advance on the village website and all applicable social media materials, including proposed packets and any supporting documents or information used when requesting zoning changes, special use permits, and proposed new additions or deletions or other modifications to ordinances. Once again, these are the things that affect the community in terms of ordinances or permanent structures or building or zoning changes, and I think the public needs a better opportunity to see these and provide you with feedback. The whole idea about communication is you hear what we say and then you have a chance to think about that before you come back and make a decision. The fourth one I have is develop ordinances based on best practices used by communities in Lake County to enhance the look and, quote, curb appeal, close quote, of business signs and exteriors for both new construction and renovations, so as to better promote and maintain a high quality of businesses being sought by the village and to better reflect the overall look and feel of the surrounding neighborhoods and the entire community. Now, I've heard it said by some people on staff that putting those kinds of rules in place would be rather subjective. But I put it to you that everything is subjective until you codify it, and then it becomes objective. So I would ask that, and this is a long-range thing, obviously, but that you definitely consider that. And the one last thing I have is a question, and you can answer after the meeting. I've been doing some research, so I understand that if there's a vacancy in a trustee position with less than 2 years to go, then that vacancy is then filled at the next election. But in the unlikely event a trustee vacancy occurs for longer than a 2-year period, would that mean that at the next election there's 2 separate ballots, one to fulfill maybe the remaining 2 years of that term, and the other 3 are for 4-year terms, just so that you keep things in balance? That's all I have for you today. Thank you very much for your time and your service.
Thanks, Keith. Is there anybody else that would like to make a public comment? There being none, the floor is closed. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Balmas, second by trustee Garner. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So we'll adjourn, and in about 5 minutes, we'll be back on for the State of the Village. So have more food, please. I don't think it's gone, so